Well, hey there guys, it's Doug from Geek Acres back once again with a look at Disney Vinylmation. And after I had opened up those Vinylmation Juniors with the Spider-Men inside, one or two folks asked would I bring out any other Vinylmations that I had as a part of my collection. So I'm happy to do that. This one is going to be a little bit of a mixed bag. We're going to start off with the pop culture and then move on into the ones that are a little bit more Disney. This is the She-Hulk. We used her as a size comparison when we broke out the Spider-Men. Really nice use of the figure, including the clear ears and the little radiation particles or whatever. Of course, if you know the She-Hulk character, you know she's got the long hair, and they did a pretty decent job here of painting it on her head and then spilling it down onto the back of her uniform. This is pretty much her classic purple and white outfit. Certainly not what she usually wears when she goes to court. In case you don't know, her day job is as an attorney. So that's the first one from the mixed bag. And since we were looking at Spider-Man, we almost have to look at Mysterio, one of Spider-Man's arch villains. Again, nice use of the ears here. We have some smoke because when Mysterio comes on the scene, he always kind of puffs in a cloud of smoke. This figure, you might also notice, has a bit of a dome on his head. They've used that for several different things over the years, including Buzz Lightyear when they did the Toy Story figures. Cape's got some nice lining there to give you a sense of movement and flow. And again, some really nice detailing on the costume, including the latches, or I'm not sure what you would call those, that hold on the cape. But we did show you in the last video there's always some detail underneath, including what line it's from, what series. Also, usually the artist information is under there. Tell you who designed that particular figure. The last from the pop culture sort of figures that I have is Captain Jack Sparrow from the Pirates of the Caribbean. Not a huge Pirates fan. I was hoping for some other figures that were part of this line. There was a Tron figure. This is part of the live action movie line, I believe. The Shaggy DA was in here. If you're a fan of the Rocketeer, there was a Rocketeer Vinylmation figure. Some really nice detail though on Captain Jack. We like the skulls on pikes that are behind him, and of course you might recognize all the eyes that are painted on his face from this particular film. So that's Captain Jack Sparrow as portrayed by Johnny Depp. We're going to move on to one or two figures that I picked up while on vacation. Disney likes to do these along with their pins. So here's a Vinylmation with a bunch of different icons representative of things in the park, including a Mickey bar and the monorail. Again, we've got a Pirates flag for Pirates of the Caribbean. Looks like a Jungle Cruise boat on the side, and as we move to the back, we've got the teacups and one of those movie clapboards. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty certain that's to represent like Disney's Hollywood Studios, although a lot of the icons that are featured on this particular figure are from the Magic Kingdom. So we'll keep spinning around there. There's Space Mountain, speaking of which. I think underneath the arm is, that's one of the steam trains from the Magic Kingdom. And we know it's from 2011 because it's right up there in the ear. We'll take a look at a figure that my folks brought home from one of their trips one time. They know I'm addicted to these little guys. So here's a vacation they took in 2015 featuring Donald Duck. I think this may have been an Each's, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't recall what the alternate figure was. In the last video, of course, we talked about the Each's, those being blind box Vinylmations, where you've got a large chance to pull a common, but every now and again you might get the alternate paint scheme. If you're really that curious, you can look this guy up, and I'm sure you can find online what his alternate was. And we're actually going to close out this series and this video with my very first Vinylmation. When I saw this guy online, I thought he was pretty cool, and I guess he is responsible for starting the small collection that I have at any rate. This was a series called Robots, and I believe they've done a Robots 1 and a Robots 2. This is Lovebot. You can tell because of the little love meter that he's got on his chest, but he's got some great detail. Got the spring on the side of the arm, and as we move around to the back, we've got some kind of heartbeat monitor there on his head, and we've got levers and all sorts of things on his back. Just a really neat looking figure. He was only available, the Robots line was made, I believe, exclusively for the Disney Store, both the online and the brick and mortar version. So there you go, that's Lovebot. And in a nutshell, that's Vinylmation. Hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. If you have, do please leave a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you've got thoughts, questions, comments, leave them down in the comments section. We can all talk about it. There you go. Mr. Lovebot. I love it that you guys dropped by. Do appreciate you checking out the video. Hope you have a super day. We'll talk to you soon.